the power went out right now, the dashboards disappeared, the PM software went down, and all you had left was a whiteboard and a conversation, could you still lead the project? Could you walk into a room of frustrated stakeholders, uncertain team members, and executives wanting answers and still create alignment? Could you explain the problem clearly, help the team focus on outcomes, and move people forward without hiding behind templates, methodology, buzzwords, or 20 slides nobody wants to read? That's the difference between managing tools and leading people. And honestly, I've been thinking about that a lot after this week's full episode. Own your mind, move your body, anchor your spirit. This is Own, Move, Anchor with Kevin Pannell. Here we focus on practical leadership, clear thinking, physical readiness, and staying steady when life and work get heavy. Drawing from emergency response, healthcare, project leadership, and everyday life, each episode connects real-world experience to actions you can apply immediately. 3 pillars, 1 powerful you. You can find more at ownmoveanchor.com, and if you're getting value from the show, like, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Let's get into it. One of the thoughts I kept coming back to after this week's full episode was this: a strong project manager can lead with a chalkboard and a conversation. That doesn't mean tools are bad. I use portfolio systems, dashboards, AI, collaboration platforms, and reporting tools all the time. They absolutely help bring visibility and structure to work. But they are not what moves people. People move people. And over time, I've realized that one of the biggest differences between new leaders and experienced ones is understanding the difference between visibility and alignment. A dashboard can tell you a project is green. It can show percentage complete, budget status, milestones, and resource assignments. What it usually cannot tell you is whether the team trusts each other, whether communication is breaking down, or whether people are quietly drifting apart while still completing tasks on time. I've seen project reported as on track where underneath the surface the team was frustrated, duplication was happening, communication was passive, and people were avoiding hard conversations because they did not feel supported enough to speak openly. That's where leadership actually matters. One thing I pay attention to now is language. If I hear we think or it should during a phase of work where the team should have more clarity, my PMO radar starts going off a little bit. Not because I think someone is failing, but because passive language usually means uncertainty is sitting somewhere underneath the surface. So instead of attacking the problem directly, I try to help people think through it differently. What would help we think become we're working toward? What would help it should become it will? That small shift changes how teams think. It pushes people toward ownership instead of hesitation. And honestly, the kind of communication matters more than most of the templates and methodology debates people spend time on. I've watched newer PMs rely heavily on scripts, templates, books, and process guides, and that's normal early on. Those things are useful and absolutely have their place, but over time, leadership has to evolve beyond reading slides and following checklists. At some point, you need to be able to walk into a room, explain why people are there, what the desired outcome is, and what work the team is being asked to do, and then facilitate the conversation in a way that helps people move together. That's really the work. Not reading status slides word for word, not hiding behind buzzwords or the newest methodology trend, just helping humans align around meaningful work. The strongest PMs I've seen can walk into a room with executives, confidently explain where things stand, answer questions directly, and leave with leaders feeling informed, calm, and ready to move forward. No confusion, no rambling explanations, no defensiveness. That kind of confidence doesn't come from memorizing templates. It comes from understanding the work, understanding the people, and being comfortable enough to communicate clearly when pressure shows up. Emergency response taught me this early. When communication is unclear in emergency situations, responders can go to the wrong location, use the wrong equipment, or misunderstand the situation entirely. Clear communication is not a soft skill when stakes are high. That's why I still think about communication very simply sometimes, something I learned years ago at a staff ride in Gettysburg National Battlefield. You communicate, you understand, you decide, you communicate. Input, process, output. That mindset works remarkably well in project leadership too. As a PM leader, I always want my project managers to be able to explain a project or issue in 1 or 2 minutes. What is happening, what help is needed, and what path the team is taking to move forward. Not because details are unimportant, but because clarity matters. Let's also think about this in the context of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. When newer people roll, they often try to muscle everything or force techniques they saw online. More experienced people usually look calmer because they've learned to rely on frames, breathing, posture, timing, and position. They simplify under pressure instead of becoming chaotic. Project leadership is not that different. You frame around communication and outcomes. You breathe through difficult conversations and uncertainty. You keep showing up so experience builds over time. And you survive long enough in the profession to eventually help the next generation learn the same lessons. Over the past 30 years, my leadership evolved from younger ego into more collaborative confidence. I still believe structure matters, but I've learned flexibility, listening, and strong fundamentals matter more. The tools help bring visibility, but ownership, communication, and people willing to move together are what actually creates progress. So this week, pay attention to how you lead conversations, not just your reports or your systems. Can you simplify complexity? Can you calm a room down? Can you create alignment without over-explaining? Can you help people move forward with clarity? Because when things get difficult, people rarely remember the template. They remember the leader who helped steady the room. If this episode was helpful, share it with someone who could use it. You can find more at ownmoveanchor.com. I'm on Instagram and X at @Pannell and on YouTube at ownmoveanchor today. If you're getting value from the show, please like, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It helps more people find the show. Own your mind, move your body, anchor your spirit. 3 pillars, 1 powerful you. Godspeed, y'all.